Hey guys, if you haven't figured it out, sometimes I will record these True Story Sundays quite some time in advance, just so I have a stock up. So I just finished last week's. Now I'm going to try to do this week's while I still have the bike, so I can continue to have stuff to post for the next Sunday. So now I can't remember the story that I was going to tell. Hold on, let me think. I have to think. Okay, I got it. Welcome to True Story Sunday. When Mitch and I were in Costa Rica, I remember this when I was telling last week's story. When we were in Costa Rica and we were still trying to decide whether or not we'd backpack the rest of the way home. We were in the lobby of the hotel, and there was this map there. It was kind of like this cartoony, caricature-looking map, touristy thing of the city. We were in a place called Cocoa Beach in sort of northern Costa Rica on the Pacific coast. And there was this map of like the downtown area and where the shopping and where the restaurants were and all that sort of stuff. And we got to looking at it, and we noticed that farther down the coast there was another city, another little village. It looked, according to this cartoon map, it looked much smaller, and we decided that we would try and hike along the coast from where we were to the next city, and then take a taxi back. And that was our plan. We didn't take any food. We didn't take any water. This is one of the most foolish things I've ever done. And we just started walking. And I remember looking at the map, and I was like, well, Kerwin, if we can make it past this giant cartoon seahorse, then we should be fine. That's all we've got to do, just around the horn, past the giant seahorse, and then the little smiling starfish, and we're good to go. So we started walking, and it wasn't like you just walked down the beach to this next place. It was the most brutally rocky. There wasn't a grain of sand in sight. It was just pure rocks everywhere, and jagged, nasty rocks, and the waves were coming in. And we had to, there were some intense moments, because the waves would come in, and there was the shore, and then most of where we hiked were these rocks that were out a little ways from the shore, because we found that it seemed like they were the easiest places to walk on. And I'm trying to stay off the main roads because this bike isn't registered or insured. Or actually doesn't have a license plate either. Crap. Well, I hope my luck holds out. I totally just derailed my train of thought. Oh no, I see a dirt trail. I'm about to do something dumb. So, okay, we start hiking, and we're hiking along these little sort of these big giant rocks that were jutting out of the water. And once in a while a big wave would come in, or some of them were out of the water higher than others. A big wave would come in, and you have to reach down and grab onto the rock and hold on and hope that the wave would wash over you, and then it would go back. And it was like, man, we are in over our heads here. I remember one time Mitch was a little ways in front of me, and the wave came in and knocked him off of the rock. And I saw him go down and be engulfed in this white water, and of course the waves are just moving like crazy, and I mean, it was like, it would be like getting thrown on a giant cheese grater. Oh my word, another dead end. Something about these dogs and dead ends. But Mitch popped up, and he was okay, and he swam. Basically, our hike was a little bit of walking, a little bit swimming. Ooh, I got my foot on that one. And so our hike was a little bit of swimming, a little bit of hiking, a little bit of climbing, a little bit of holding on for dear life. and it was awesome. But by the time we finally did make it to this place, I mean, we're just walking. We didn't tell anyone where we were going. We didn't take any water to drink. We just started going. Oh man, I have no idea. Oh, there's the main road. And by the time we got to this little fishing village, I remember we only had like $5 between us because we didn't take our wallets because we knew that we would be swimming. We had scouted it out a little bit. We knew that we were going to get wet, so between the two of us, we had like $5, and that was barely enough for whatever food they had there. But we were exhausted, and we needed something to drink and something to eat. And we chilled there and had some food, and then took a taxi back to the place. I have no idea how far it was, but I know that by the time that we got there, we were regretting our decision to do it. But to this day, it remains the best hike that I've ever been on. One of the best adventures that I've ever been on. I mean, it was so dangerous, you know. And that's kind of what makes a good adventure great, is that there's a chance that you might not make it, and it's kind of you have to be at 100%. Because it's you against nature, and if you make one little mistake, if you're not careful, then you're gonna have a really bad time. I don't know, you know, if one of us would have got hurt, we would have been screwed. But that was the best hike that I've ever been on. It's between Cocoa Beach in Costa Rica and some other place I have no idea the name of. Past a giant cartoon seahorse and a smiling starfish. And somehow we made it, and it was pretty epic. Ride safe, travel far, do it soon, everybody.